This episode we're talking about champions. Every single trading card game has their bosses, the strong cards that people will build around in their game. So Pokemon, you obviously have the stage 2s, the really big strong cards. Yu-Gi-Oh! You have all the extra deck monsters, or you have the really broken monsters. Magic the Gathering, I am not an expert on that topic, but I'm pretty sure you have some form of boss that you build around in your deck. We have our champions. So again, let's drop ourselves into this world that I've created, the world of Dynasty TCG. When you're playing it, you are a commander, you are commanding troops on the field, but you're not leading the troops yourself. You're not doing direct damage to your own opponent unless you go and just swing around them, which I mean you could, but you might be arrested. Aside from that, you're going to be needing some really strong generals on your team. You're going to be needing champions to fight for you, which is actually accurate to history, because if you were a commander, you would have a champion that you would send out and fight other champions, and sometimes wars and battles would be paused because of the champions fighting, and that's the agreement you have. In the game, you will obviously have that. You will have champions that can do it. And champions themselves have gone through a bit of a evolution. When I first started making the game and I made the champions themselves had an effect, and they also had the level up condition. So champions can turn into battle champions, right, if you hit the condition. If you were to play a game like a MOBA or something, or you played any other type of computer game where you can go from one state to another state through having the experience, it's like gaining experience for that card on the field. And I think it's just a cool way of just incorporating that into it. To get back onto track, when it first had the initial level up effect, the reason why I wanted that is because we wanted to have that experience of leveling up our champions based on the experience they had on the battlefield. And 2, I got rid of the actual card effect of the champion, because 1, it would remove the entire pool of effects that I could start using on other cards, and 2, it would make the base stage of the champion really, really strong. Like, yeah, the battle champion was still stronger, but the cost to strength ratio was so astronomically high. And yeah, you can still win a game with other cards, but we want you to have that experience of leveling up. So taking away that initial effect of the base champions push you towards an experience where you can have fun in this quirky little mechanic, but it also forces you to try and achieve this goal, because it's slightly harder than just regularly playing, because you have to put them in the right conditions to level up. Some are easier, some are harder. Obviously that goes into the cost of the card, and I think over time there's definitely going to be slightly more variations or different variations to the champions. It may be changed sooner, it may be changed later, but I think you will always have basic champions that don't have a level up, and then you have the level up champions who turn into the battle champions. And then as the nature of games go, then I'm sure there's going to be even cooler champions later on in the stage of the game. That's why I made champions, because 1, you get a more immersive experience, and 2, we need some big boss cards for you to build a deck around, because that is one of the fundamentals of a game, like trading card game wise. Yeah, so yeah, that's why. Again, hope you liked this video this week. All our special mentions right here. Thank you for supporting the game. Links all down below, and I'll catch you on the next one next week.